And I have a lot of people just lie back on the sofa and be like, you know what, Scott, I just don't know. In October 2022, I opened the doors at my home studio to the public. It was a big thing for me to do. I built the studio between like the end of 2019 and beginning of 2020. And basically when COVID rolled around, I had nothing to do but sit in here and record music. And I recorded over and over and over again, getting better and better and better at it, with the hope that I could one day open this space up to the public. And that became a reality last year in 2022. That is, it's 2024 now when this video is coming out. But anyway, so I finally got to open the studio up to the public, but I was thinking, okay, I've got the skills to run a studio, but where do I get customers? How do I convince people that this is the place that they should record their music? Where am I going to find customers? How am I going to market the studio? I had all these thoughts and I just wasn't sure what to do. So I did what I usually do when I get all kind of hot-headed and I went for a walk in nature, which really calms my mind. And there's something about walking for me that really triggers imaginative ideas. And while I was walking about, I remembered a talk that I went to years ago. The speaker talking at the event, he helped make Nando's what it is in the UK. And one of their strategies early on was that they sent out a little cardboard flyer to people's homes, and the flyer would basically say, your sample of butterfly chicken is going to arrive at this time on this day. Please tick this box and send it back off through the mailbox if you don't want to receive it. Now, most people ignored it or didn't know it was coming or just, couldn't be bothered to say no. So here comes some guy showing up at their door with some delicious butterfly chicken. People were like, wow, this is really nice. And that led to them going to the restaurant. So getting this free sample that was just so great to begin with was drawing people in. So I thought, maybe that's what I need to do. This is the thing businesses do. They go out and they give out a free sample of something to draw people in. And so I had the idea that I will go out to the local open mic scene, of which in Shepperton there's quite a few, or at least there was at the end of 2022, and I will play a set, I will wow the crowd, and then right before I play my last song, my best song, I will announce that I've opened up a recording studio business and I'm offering a free 8-hour session to each artist at the open mic. And then I'd play my final song and I'd go off to the bar and see who came up to me. Immediately I had people coming up to me going, yes, please, I would love to come record for 8 hours for free at your studio. I had some people go, 8 hours is a lot of time to give away for free. And I'm like, yeah, I know. And they're like, okay, I that's a lot of your time to take for free. I don't want to do that. So I'm going to say no. There were obviously some people who just weren't interested in recording. And then a lot of people were like, well, I've never heard of you in the recording space before, so why should I go to your studio? And so from going around to at least 6 different open mic nights, I got about 3 months worth of weekends full up. And even a couple of people booking weekdays, which there weren't a lot of, but it did happen. Now this is where the experiment truly takes place, and the results were really unexpected. When people first started coming in for recording sessions, I had people thanking me throughout the session, like, you don't know what this means to me, getting to record my song finally. I'd have occasional people be very rude to me throughout the session, and then a mix of other things happened. One thing that happened very early on was that I did a free session for someone and they enjoyed it so much they decided to pay me for it. At the end of it, they said, you know what, you gave me such a great experience today, I want to pay you for this experience because I enjoyed it so much. And you go, wow, that is amazing. And that started to happen more often than not. So on top of people kind of paying me for sessions, some people would tip me, some people would bring me gifts. I've got a bottle of Jack Daniels that sits here in the studio that someone tipped me for a session. In giving out a lot of my time for free, there is a part of you that feels when you've had a really negative session, you feel like you've been used a little bit. But when someone really got something out of the session and they said that they really appreciated it, you know, having a good recording was going to help them get gigs, etc., etc., it made me feel really good, and it felt like I was giving something back to the local music scene, to the local community. I also had people who would come to the studio to record a song, and they wouldn't want to do that much music. Instead, they kind of just wanted to talk. And I have a comfortable sofa in here that people sit on when they come to record. And I have a lot of people just lie back on the sofa and be like, you know what, Scott, I just don't know. I kind of almost turned into like a counsellor in some of these sessions. It was really funny. Now, did this marketing scheme pay off? Did this turn it into regular customers? There's yes and there's no. People who have lots of songs usually want to come back and record more. So I have had some repeat customers. I'd say at least 50% of the people that came to record for free came back to do a paid session later on, which is great. But there's also a chunk of people that didn't come back for whatever reason. And the thing is, recording is not something that always agrees with a musician, right? Not every musician loves the recording process. It can be annoying, it can be frustrating. It requires a lot of precision to get right. You want to get the best takes, and then you record multiple takes, and then on the computer you have to sift through them all, and that can be frustrating. There's a lot of sitting around. It can be very boring. And so I'm happy that I tried this marketing tactic out. It led to some really interesting results, and I've made friends off the back of it. There are people who came along for free sessions who I'm still in regular contact with, and I feel really blessed for that. So it gave to me in lots of different ways. It gave to me financially. It gave me more experience, both being a recording engineer and producer, but also just like in working with people. But it is the personal part of it that stands out the most. Now, whether I'm going to be able to turn this into a big successful business, I don't know yet. There are a lot of things that I like doing. I like doing YouTube, I like gigging, and I like recording and teaching. There's all sorts of different avenues, and I like having a mix of things. I'm just glad that this is another string to my bow now. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this has been interesting, educational, entertaining. Stay awesome. Peace.